Hello, everybody. I wanted to talk just a little bit about a couple things real quick. First of all, about the Bad Batch and how I'm feeling about it 2 episodes in. And then also, somebody asked me in a comment what my thoughts were, a year later on Rise of Skywalker and a few years later on The Last Jedi. And it got me really thinking about, how I feel about those after the fact. I love both of them coming out of the theater, and my thoughts have kind of evolved just a little bit. But anyways, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, also hit like on the video. That really helps with the algorithms. So first of all, with the Bad Batch, the thing that I think I'm really enjoying with this, and this is kind of a holdover from the final season of the Clone Wars, especially the last episode, is that Filoni has started to master the ability to quiet things down a little bit, and even in animation be able to tell a story without any dialogue. The last 6 minutes of the Clone Wars, nobody said anything. There wasn't a word spoken by Ahsoka or Rex, but we got all the feelings, all the emotions. The story was fully told in that time period without us having to hear them talk at all, through the music, through facial expressions, all that. And I think that's absolutely beautiful. And I've noticed that in the first 2 episodes of The Bad Batch too. In particular, there was Crosshair and Hunter's showdown at the end of the first episode. And they slowed down just enough to kind of show what both of those characters were thinking, just by looking, paying more attention to their face and their facial expressions. The music really informed us as far as what was really going on, and neither of them really needed to say much for us to totally get a grasp for the emotional weight of this moment. And in the second episode, we got that, in particular in the beginning, when we saw Omega see Sunshine for the first time, when we saw her kicking up dirt and holding the dirt and just kind of watching butterflies and all these things, which I thought were really, really amazing. And then later on, when Cut was consoling Omega after Hunter yelled at her, and she kind of just surrendered into his arms, and you just felt that. You felt that, her just... It was her first time maybe that she needed consoling, or that she got consoled in her life, because I'm sure the Kaminoans probably didn't hug her, probably didn't give her any emotional support. So those moments I thought are just beautiful so far in the Bad Batch, and you could tell that Dave had started to really learn that in the final season of the Clone Wars, and I'm looking forward to that with other characters. I think we're going to get more quiet moments with every single character, where we really get to get a better feel for them, and I'm on board for that. Now, as far as Rise of Skywalker and The Last Jedi, and I'll kind of keep this short, but it's complicated. I think both of them are beautifully made movies. In fact, The Last Jedi might be the most well-made movie overall. It's just a bad Star Wars movie. It's just what it did to the fan base, and a lot of people think that it's just Star Wars fans are just toxic or whatever, and they want to blame it on Disney. But look at Marvel for the most part, they had great movies without really being divisive. And there's no reason why Star Wars can't do the same thing, why it can't get a majority of people on board. And you look at The Mandalorian, it's universally loved. And then obviously there's some people that are going to dislike it, just like there's some people that dislike Endgame. But for the most part, fans love The Mandalorian, and they loved Endgame. There's no reason why Star Wars needed to bring in a guy like Rian Johnson, who basically has come out and said, I don't care what fans think, I just want to make my movie. And that's just the wrong guy to put in charge of a movie for Star Wars or Marvel movies or any of these big franchises. Rian Johnson, go out and make your movies. Stay away from big franchises where there are fan expectations that need to be lived up to. So when it comes to Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, I could still occasionally watch them and enjoy them as movies, but I have to kind of, in my mind, I have to kind of separate them from the rest of Star Wars and not really think of them as a continuation. I have to do mental gymnastics and kind of think of them as like an alternate history type situation on a parallel dimension or something like that, because it doesn't really fit into the overall structure of the Star Wars stories that I love. And to me, that's heartbreaking, because the Force Awakens was so well done, and I had such high hopes for the sequel trilogy after that movie, and it kind of just breaks my heart that The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker didn't live up to that. But anyways, that's all I got for today. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and may the Force be with you.